What's up, guys? I just want to wish everybody happy holidays. We're right here back in the gym. We got our next upcoming fight against Zurdo Ramirez, Cinco de Mayo weekend, and I'm gonna give you guys a little preview of what's gonna happen. Well, good. I'm very excited going up to capture two more titles. So I'm very excited, man. Cruiserweight we're coming. So May 2nd, tune in, baby.
Recuerden, amigos, no se les olvide, 5 de mayo, el monstruo mexicano regresa a Las Vegas, Nevada. Zurdo Ramirez, 2 títulos. No se lo pierdan.
David Benavidez is all set for May 2nd, Cinco de Mayo weekend, when he takes on Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez in a clash that could see him become a 3-division world champion if he wins.
Not a sparring. You want to spar David? That's what you're gonna do. Either you get better or you're just gonna get hurt.
I got the feel in my veins. Trust me, I'm making a name. We are not one and the same. I am on top of the game. I got the line on my brakes, and that's what the drive is insane. Heart of a champ, adrenaline rushes is numbing the pain. I just been bringing the heat. I just been bringing the.
Right now we're at the boxer gym, the main gym. We got some sparring in. It's a good opportunity to show the fans some good boxing. At the end of the day, they get excited to see me. I give them some rounds and I leave them wanting for more. So, people are definitely gonna tune into the fight. So I'm able to perform in front of the fans before the fight. So we had a great day, did some good sparring, and yeah, man, keep working.
Working in our camp, everything's going well, super excited, motivated, and everything's going super good. We're almost like about 2 months away from the fight, and no cuts, no injuries, everything's going as planned. I think we're ahead of the plan, and super excited, super happy with everything's going on.
David Benavidez is locked in for a blockbuster showdown on May 2nd, Cinco de Mayo weekend, where he faces Gilberto Ramirez in a fight loaded with stakes. A win could elevate Benavidez into rare territory as a 3-division world champion, adding another defining chapter to his already elite resume.
Fuerte.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
I think he will do great because he's a big guy, he's strong. It's interesting to see him in 175. I mean, I want to see him with the best, and I think he can be a world champion. He's my friend, but in the ring, we want to fight with the best, right? And he's one of the best, and I want to fight with the best too. It will be exciting in the ring because it's two Mexicans in the ring. I mean, it's exciting, and I have a lot of respect for him, for his family, the dad, and I know them, all of them. We've been training for so many years, but I mean, we agreed to fight each other, but eventually, I think will happen.
Come on, Zurdo, let's go! Time.
Even as the favorite, Benavidez is approaching this fight with zero complacency. Deep in camp, he's refining the explosive speed and punishing power that earned him the Mexican monster identity. His work ethic reflects why he's viewed as one of boxing's most feared forces. Still, this is far from a guaranteed victory. Across the ring, Ramirez arrives with purpose, defending his WBA and WBO cruiserweight titles on a massive stage at T-Mobile Arena. He's not just showing up, he's aiming to shock the division.
More than 10 years ago, you were a teenager, you would go to the Rock Gym, you were training at Hill Street in Long Beach, every now and then you'd go to the gym in Carson, and Zurdo was training there with his former team. He'd walk in, and I remember Randy Robles telling me, Beto, eventually one day those two are going to get at it. I'm like, but man, they're not the same size. He goes, oh, they will be one day. I can't believe we're here at the cruiserweight division, but you hear them both talk about it. We've all seen the pictures of them sparring, and like sparring is sparring. But David, you knew eventually that one day this was going to happen. Why did you know it was going to happen?
Because he's a top fighter. He's a great fighter as well. And I just seen into the future. I was helping him get ready for Arthur Abraham. And we had some great sparring sessions. He was champion for a while. Then he went up to 175. Then he went up to cruiserweight. So I knew Zurdo was going to be one of those fighters that's going to be there for a long, long time.
Ramirez brings more than just presence. He's a legitimate threat. While he may not match Benavidez's raw intensity, his size, composure, and technical approach could disrupt the rhythm inside the ring. Benavidez, however, has navigated similar challenges before and is expected to adjust accordingly. Their past sparring sessions add another layer to this matchup, with Benavidez recently recalling those early encounters and hinting that this collision has been building for years.
He had one loss against Bivol. So I knew eventually we were going to do this. I didn't think we were going to do it in cruiserweight, but shit, it's even better for me. I'm very excited. I think a fight at cruiserweight between me and Zurdo Ramirez is going to be, we're going to be able to showcase both of our talents. We're going to be able to show it, like we're not going to be wagering and nothing like that. So it's going to be an even better fight. So I'm very excited.
Why move up to cruiserweight?
Because there was nothing else for me at 175 right now. I could have sat down and waited on the sidelines and wait for Bivol to have his tune-up and then another fight. But like I said, I'm not interested in that. I've been professional 13 years. I've been wanting to get the biggest title, the biggest fights possible. I've been denied a couple times. This was the other biggest fight on the map. Zurdo accepted it like that. So big shout out to him. I'm just, like I said, I want to make my own lane. I want to achieve greatness, and this is the only way to do it.
Sort of all those years of sparring, and you saw him when he was a teenager growing up. You might have said, okay, one day maybe, but did you think that this fight would happen?
I knew that it will happen eventually, and right now is the dream come true because all the sparring, all the session that we did, and we knew each other. We knew that one day we will fight, and this is the right moment, like he said, because 200 will not be a cutting weight or nothing. It be like natural, like those days in sparring.
One thing about it, as Oscar's talked about, Samson's talked about, the Cinco de Mayo weekend is special. I know, David, for you want to have that legacy, but there's something special about fighting that weekend. How important is it for you to put on that show?
It's very important for me because, for the whole history of the Cinco de Mayo fights, it's been tremendous fighters like Oscar, Julio Cesar Chavez, putting on great fights. Not only just great fights, there were wars because there were paired up fights. They didn't take no easy fights. So I think this is symbolically, this is what it symbolizes. May 5th symbolizes two warriors, and now it's even more special because it's two Mexican warriors going at it for a title. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm at the cusp of taking the face of boxing, and Zurdo Ramirez, he if he beats me, you know what I mean, his stock goes up. So there's greatness on the other side of that tunnel for both of us. So we're going to come extremely prepared.
Zurdo, for you, fighting that week, I mean, you fought all over the world. You've had some big fights, but this one is special because it's fighting David Benavidez, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the monster. Before I call him the different, del asesino, because I saw him when he sparred different guys. He beat him all the time, and I was like, okay, it be a good fight eventually one day. And right now at the May 5th, La Batalla de Puebla, 2 warriors, we're making history.
Beyond belts, this fight carries cultural weight. Headlining Cinco de Mayo weekend, both fighters acknowledged the legacy they're representing. Benavidez referenced icons like Julio Cesar Chavez and Oscar de la Hoya, fighters who built greatness by taking on the toughest challenges. For Benavidez, this is more than a fight. It's a chance to become the new face of the sport. Ramírez shares that same hunger, openly respecting Benavidez while making it clear he plans to prove himself by beating him. Both also emphasized how fighting at cruiserweight allows them to perform freely, without draining weight cuts, setting up a more authentic high-level battle.
Samson, you saw this young man and you signed him. What did you see about him when you said, I want him to work with me?
Well, in this case, it was not really only me. He went to spar in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and I have the Jackson brothers, and he beat the shit out of him. So Tony from Virgin Islands said, listen, we need to take this kid. I say, look, I know you for so long, but I have trust on you. I used to do a lot in the Virgin Islands. So I spoke with Jose, and we come to an agreement, but I never saw him before. But in the first time, then I make my, I work my secret, how to get the best. And until now, I believe I didn't make a mistake because the first fight, it was in Showtime. I say that we have a future champion in 168, and I promised to him that he'd be the youngest one. Now, in the beginning of his career, in the first fight, he told me, let's do it 175 pounds. You remember?
It was 180.
180.
I told you 100.
So he called me up, he said, the lawyer, our friend David Garcia, he said, can we make the fight 185? I said, no, I just canceled the show. I just canceled the fight. You need to come and do whatever you agree with. He come less of that. And I believe that is the reason that he followed my lead for so many years, that he be almost 10 years together. And he went to 168. He said, no, 75. I can go to 60. I know that. And I'm so proud of him and the father and the whole family, because we accomplished so much in such short time that I'm so proud and hope that it will continue.
Promoter Samson Lukovic shed light on Benavidez's rise, recalling how he first heard about him through dominant sparring performances in the Virgin Islands. Without hesitation, he signed him, and that gamble turned into gold. Benavidez went on to become the youngest super middleweight champion, validating that early belief. Lukovic praised his discipline and willingness to chase greatness across divisions, a mindset that continues to push his career forward.
I saw in an episode of Inside the Ring that you mentioned that you've sparred with like Bivol and Benavidez and Zurdo. Yeah. It was just announced that, Benavidez and Zurdo are going to fight. Give me your insights on what it's like sparring those three, and what a fight might look like between Benavidez and Zurdo in your eyes.
Yeah. Well, it was all good work with all these guys, and I'm saying, and the most I've sparred with, so I only got one sparring session in with Bivol, but Zurdo and Benavidez, we spar a number of times, man. I must count how many times I've sparred those dudes, because I've been sparring Benavidez since he was like 15, when I used to do my training camps in Arizona, in Phoenix. So I would work with him, and then he eventually then would come to Wild Card, and then we'd work at Wild Card. And same with Zurdo. But you know, the difference I would say is, you know, Zurdo is more he's more on working on things, you know what I'm saying, and Benavidez is just more, you know, he goes aggressive, you know what I'm saying, and Zurdo does like 10 rounds of sparring. So
okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, Benavidez.
Yeah. Okay.
Benavidez does. So yeah, man, I think the intensity is just different between them sparring, man. But the thing is, like, since I've sparred with them for so long, we always had good rhythm working together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was very similar to each other. So, but yeah, man, it's really good, man. I think it's a tough fight. I think shit, man, you know, you gotta favor Benavidez just because of the volume.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The volume. And I think Zurdo's gonna have to be on his A game. Like, it's gonna have to be the best Zurdo in order for him to beat Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to really box well, stick a jab out there, and be in tip-top shape.
Heading into fight night, Benavidez stands as the clear frontrunner. His experience, pressure, and proven dominance separate him in most expert predictions. Many believe Ramírez will struggle to withstand the relentless pace. Gabe Rosado, who has shared the ring with both fighters, highlighted the stylistic gap. Benavidez thrives on volume and aggression, while Ramírez leans on technique and control. Rosado ultimately sides with Benavidez, noting that Ramírez may lack the power to keep him off. For Ramírez to pull off the upset, it would require near-perfect execution, sharp movement, disciplined defense, and elite conditioning from start to finish.
Yeah, and before I do let you go, another fight I wanted to ask you about, a champion at light heavyweight, moving up to cruiserweight, David Benavidez taking on Zurdo Ramirez. Yeah, I guess what's your pick in that fight, if that's David moving up?
It's a good fight, really good fight. I just think speed with Benavidez probably maybe be the difference. I think he's got really fast hands. I don't think Ramirez is the fastest.
Yeah.
I think the speed, and I don't think Ramirez, neither of them are genuine massive cruiserweight, so I don't think the size will be too much of a factor. Although I've seen head to head, and Ramirez looks massive to be fair, considering they both come from 168. But yeah, I just think the speed of Benavidez will probably be, plus they've sparred a lot as well, so I don't think if Benavidez fancied it too much, he doesn't have to go up to cruiserweight. So the fact that he's choosing to do it means he probably likes how the spars went.
Yeah. Do you think him coming back, like him talking about coming back down to light heavy, is a negative effect, I guess, of him?
It depends how he goes up in terms of how much weight, natural weight he puts on, and to come right back it will be tough. Like, I feel like Ruben Roy Jones coming back from
that's what everyone always uses.
But I don't know. I think it's weird because I think the fight he probably wants is to meet Bivol.
Yeah.
But then if I was Bivol, I'd want to fight him for his cruiserweight belt rather than this. So I don't know whether does he come back down. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I think he'll go with what he's shown throughout his career, which is I like him. He'll go wherever the big fights are. He was a 168. Canelo had all the belts tied up, so he moved to 175, and now he's moving to cruiserweight. So I think he'll go wherever the big